What is up, everyone? And welcome to Money Talks. This is episode 6. So, today we got a special guest on with us. If you guys watched yesterday, all 18 of you, you know that we have William Bryce, Mr. Duality, on today. He is a wrestler, he is a ring announcer, he is a referee, and lately he has become promoter. So he's doing a cancer benefit for leukemia and someone near and dear to his heart. So I'm going to bring him on, let him talk about that. Um, but first, just a reminder, I always got to plug my stuff, get myself over. Um, All Class Independent Wrestling. Our next show, I'm not going to put up the flyers or stuff. I don't want to take time away from our guests. I love when we have guests on, guys. I want to give them the time. So they give me the time. I want to give them the time. June 6th, Money Talks 3 at Overtime Grill and Tap Room. Then we have Boomer Slam at Sharks Club. That is on N59. It's part of the Midsummer Barbecue Bike Night where it's free food. And I think last year we had like 400 or 500 bikes there. So great crowd for wrestling. They loved it. We did a whole hardcore gimmick match thing. It was great. And thanks to that show because we ended up getting a venue out of it. So, and a lot of the guys that volunteered their time for me, they didn't get paid. I didn't get paid. They didn't get paid. We just did the show for the community, and a lot of those guys, like I gave guys chances that probably I don't know if I would have, but and some of my, I'll just say friends and workers in the business did the show. So I know people are like, don't work for free, but if we wouldn't have worked for free and I wouldn't have did the show for free and people wouldn't have volunteered the time, I don't know where I'd be right now, honestly. So shouts out to those guys. And, I know all of us that are working on Bryce's show have volunteered our time for, I mean, it's a better cause than what our show is. Obviously, ours is just free food and barbecue. He's doing it for a great cause. So, I mean, guys, wait till Bryce. I don't want to spoil it because I want Bryce to talk, but I can't give him all the glory. This card that Bryce has put together with the people that are volunteering their time, and I said it a little bit last night, bro. This is show like people go pay $30 to sit in the front row of the show with the people around the matches he put together. Like people stepped up for this show, so I'll let him do it. And then August. The Midsummer Barbecue is Thursday, July 24th. It is a Thursday show, so shouts out to everyone for helping us during the week when people got to get up and go to work on Friday. So thank you. August 22nd is WrestleWave 2. That card stack, check that out. Huge stars, debut of Drag King Logan at that show, so I'm really excited about that. And then we go into September 20th. And that's going to be our Tournament of Champions. And I was going to announce that today. We have a new participant in the Tournament of Champions, but not going to take time away from Bryce, like I said. So that's going to have to wait. And then rounding out our year is On Our Own 3. And that's at the new, beautiful Oakland Expo Center in Waterford. It used to be the Best Buy. We will be there. And that card's already, I haven't announced anything on that, but that's probably going to be our biggest card ever with from people on the card. So that being said, people, you see this belt over here? You see that belt? That's my AEW belt. I'm probably going to sell that belt. But the guy coming on got me into these belts. And I have a room. I could buy a new wrestling ring with as much money as I've spent on belts because of this guy. We were at training. I'm going to tell the story before he gets on, taking more of his time. And he's probably throwing a fit in the backstage, but I don't care because he's very detail oriented. He brought a belt to a wrestling class. I think it was an NXT belt. And this belt had a different type of leather strap on it. He just had it restrapped. And I fell in love with it. So much so that I've had a couple restrap myself because I wanted that feel. I'm like, man, it's got to feel like the NXT. I think it was an NXT belt, if I believe it was. It was a couple of years ago. I was like, and he just got me hooked, man. But like I said, I'm going to bring on William Bryce, wrestler, referee, ring announcer, commentary. He sets up, he tears down, he works hard, and now promoter. Welcome to the show. William Bryce, what's up, man?
Thank you, G Money, for having me. I was back there laughing because I didn't know if I was taking the blame or taking the credit for our mutual hobby, of course. And you had it spot on. It was the NXT Championship, and I had a real leather strap put on that, and that's where the real expense comes from belt collecting is when you have a nice belt and you say, no, I don't want the faux leather, I don't want the polyurethane, I want the real leather strap.
Right.
So
But
I feel you there.
it depends who you ask. If you ask me, it's a blessing. You ask some people, it's an expense, right? So, but man, I know I want to talk about the show. I want to talk about, all the things you got going on. You go on Bryce's website and he has a picture of himself. Very cool. Like very cool. And all the different promotions he works for as a worker, as an announcer, whatever he's doing. But tell me, because this is my show and I got to lead it a little bit. Where did your love for wrestling come from and when did it begin? Tell us about Bryce, or maybe older Bryce.
No, that's a good one. So I didn't know professional wrestling was a thing until I had a friend. This is in middle school. Come over and say, "Oh, we got to watch SmackDown." And the first match I ever saw was Rikishi, and of course, he did the stink face. So literally, my first taste of professional wrestling was watching a match with the stink face.
That's awesome.
And somehow, I don't know, I fell in love with Kane. Kane was my first favorite, Undertaker and Jeff Hardy. And people always, I always have to draw attention to, because I feel like we all have this moment that makes it just click with us. And for me, it was Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker for the Undisputed Championship on SmackDown in the ladder match, because that was the first time that it was like, oh, somebody that's not 6'8" can have a credible championship match. And from there, the rest kind of was history.
Yeah. So you kind of told your age there. I can figure that one out. Middle school, SmackDown, that match. But so you were younger, and then life happens. And then what age did you start training?
Not until 32. So 4 years ago.
Wow. So you were a late bloomer as well.
Correct.
I wish I'd have started at 32.
Dude,
I think I'd have been good.
I know. That's the thing. I think guys like us that started, 30s plus, like we watch these kids, I call them kids because I'm 10 years older than them now, that are starting out at 16, 17, 18, 19. And it's just like, man, the things we could have done.
Yeah, right. Like Tango and I won't tell our real ages, but we were like 45 when we started. Like, that was hard, man. That was hard. And, he was in the military. He was active. He was active in like sports and stuff too. And, I had a competitive career. Man, my body hurt. And it's still like, I bet you we took life, like years off our life. But so then you're 28 then, right? When you started training?
32.
Wait, I thought you said you did it for 4 years. Oh, you started at 32. Okay.
Started at 32. I'm 36 now.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought you were 32. Hey, don't look at that. Hey, don't look at that dog, me. Don't look at that.
Man.
I like dogs more than I like humans.
That's fair.
I'll kick you off the show if you say anything mean to that dog or shut up. I'll be like, we're done. Be nice to the dog. What kind of dog is it? What kind of dog is it?
That one's the German Shepherd. We got a German Shepherd and a Black Lab, and the German Shepherd just got fixed, and you would never guess.
I'm scared of German Shepherds.
Really?
I would not go to your house.
Man.
I'm scared of them. Snakes, German Shepherds. Did you just off me?
No. I had a smudge on my camera.
I thought you off me because I had like German Shepherd.
Good timing, though. Yeah, that's where,
You're dumb.
No, I was trying to do it discreetly.
No, I've always found aggressive ones. I love all dogs, but yeah. So Bryce, you got German Shepherd. I had a Black Lab. So sad, Bryce. We're so off topic already. I told you it just runs astray.
It's us.
And I really don't have ADD or ADHD either. It's just mind goes like with stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I had a black lab. I got her at a Field and Stream show, and she just died. She was like 6.5 years old. She got cancer, and it was the
Yeah.
saddest thing. She went blind, and oh my gosh, dude, it was horrible. But that's the hardest thing is losing a pet. But
Oh yeah. Well, and especially labs, because labs, like, they are like truly the most loyal, friendly, loving dog. I
they
get it.
um, I like my King Charles Cavaliers. Like Chloe, she's out, and she's been on Tango and Cash podcast before, and she's got a money outfit and everything. But she's laying outside the wrestling room door right now, waiting for me to be done.
Oh, of course.
My dog. That's my dog. But
I was gonna say that's what it sounds like.
so 36. You started at 32.
Hmm.
So I met you right at well, you were only in like what 6 months?
Yeah, yeah. We virtually started at the same time.
Okay. Um. So tell us your training history, how you found training, and where all the places because you've trained a couple different places. Tell us where you've been, and what you've done.
Yeah. So I feel like I have to start with the way I found it because, of course, I Google it and there's not a lot that comes up in Michigan. It was basically a place in Detroit that is 2 hours away from where I live, and then a place over in Goodrich that's an hour away. So I was thinking, you know what? I want to try it. I just have to try it one time. That way, when I can look back, I can say at least I stepped foot in a wrestling ring. And I did the class, and then I'm like, man, I got to do another one. And then it turned into, okay, now I just want to have a match. Okay, now I just want to have be on a card. Okay, now I just want to have a feud. Now I just want to have a storyline. Now I just want to have a championship. And that goalpost just kept moving. But I started out at Pure Pro Wrestling. Was there for about 2.5 years, where that's where I started to do a little bit of everything. That's where I refereed, ring announced, commentated, wrestled. I would wrestle on the pre-show. I'd get dressed into dress clothes, and then I'd commentate and ring announce the main show. I took a hiatus for my mental health in late 2023 because I was going through some stuff. And then I found New Edge Pro, which is actually also based out of Waterford, Michigan. And that's where I, really just continued my training, for lack of a better phrase. And it's one of those things where I am grateful for things that I learned at both places, but I feel like I didn't take it seriously enough until I went to New Edge, because that's when I started going to training 3 to 4 times a week, every week for 4 months. And that's because I was putting in the work more consistently. That's where I started to actually see results for the first time in my professional wrestling career.
Mm-hmm. So what when you say, well, first off, let me say this. New Edge, for people that don't know, is ran by Sean Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
So Purge. I always call him Mr. Purge. But and a story about Sean. I met Sean. I knew who he was from going to shows and stuff like that. I got introduced to Sean. I think the first time we ever like kind of sat down and talked and had a conversation longer than like 5 minutes was at a PPW show. He was actually there. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was there. And he actually, I was kind of telling him what I was going through, like wanting to do my own promotion and thing. And I'd already talked to like Dylan Knight, Derringer, Malice, other people. And, they were like, yeah, go ahead. You should do it, the blah, 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 blah. And then I talked to Sean, and Sean was kind of like an outsider and somebody that really like talked to me. He's like, no, dude, do it. Do you have the experience doing promotions and things like that in other sports. He goes, do it. Follow your dream. He goes, I'm always going to tell people follow their dreams. And, Sean Tyler, if you are one of the 18 people that watch this, thank you for that. Cause I've never thanked him for that, and that really made me like, all right, I can do it after that conversation because, I love Dylan Knight. I love Derringer. I love Malice, but it's like, are they just blowing smoke up my ass because they know me,
Yeah.
Does Dylan want another place to wrestle? Is that why? But, Sean didn't know me from Adam. Was just like, we talked. I told him what I wanted to do. My video's like, your vision's great, dude. Go do it. So, that New Edge is ran by Sean Tyler. So,
yeah.
So then you're trained, right? So, I'm just going to tell a story before I ask the question.
Okay.
I forget what show it was, but Coach was like, I'm going to have you work with Bryce. I said, Coach, no, I'm not.
Oh God.
Yeah, I've told you this. So I've told you this to your face, though. I've told you
I
this
know
to
you
your
have.
face, but I'm gonna tell the whole world of 18 listeners. So doing a match with Bryce, I forget who you were doing. I think it might have been
All right.
Weston.
Now I'm putting it up there. No, it was me and Zondo. It was me and Zondo.
That's what it was. So now, guys, I get up at 3:30 early in the morning. Sometimes I can't sleep, but this is on like a Wednesday night. The show is on Saturday. Coach says, "Oh, these two are going to do a show or do the match. You're going to ref it." Okay. So Bryce, being Bryce, I didn't know Bryce was Bryce at this time. Says, "Hey, G, can you stay after? And we're going to walk through the match and put some spots together. Yes, this, and this." Okay. I said, "Sure." I like Bryce. I like Zondo. Putting the match together. We were there fucking forever. I forget how long it was. The match wasn't even fucking done. And then I had like a 45-minute drive home. Now, mind you, class got over at 9. So this had to be like almost 11 at least. So now I'm getting in bed at midnight. I didn't tell you this part, but you'll remember doing this. I had just fell asleep. I always put my phone on do not disturb at night.
Mm-hmm.
Ping! What the fuck? I have it still saved. I should have brought it for this podcast and put it on the screen.
I'm glad you didn't.
Ricky Steamboat Randy savaged this match with like 55 sentences. And I said, holy shit. I said, Bryce, you don't expect me to remember this spot, right? And all this. Yeah. And that's just how your mind works. So fast forward. After that, Joe was like, yeah, you're going to work with Bryce. I said, no, the fuck I'm not. I said, Bryce will yell at me. I'll get pissed. I said, and he's going to want to, you have such a level of detail and your expectation is like way greater than mine. So with that being said, your great expectation. I got a question. Out of all your matches, whether it's a pre-show match, whatever, what was your favorite match that you ever had?
Oh man. I mean, for me, it's easily going to be the one from this past December, the Purge Rules match with John Tyler. You were actually there for that one too.
That was hype.
I've had a few.
Not a lot of shit gets me out of my seat, dude.
Yeah,
that was a good match.
Yeah, that match. The crazy thing about that match was 29 minutes, bell to bell. And everybody that I've told that has been like, it didn't feel like it.
It didn't.
It definitely didn't feel like it for me.
Wow. That was 29 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. It doesn't feel like it. It because like watching the video, it is to this day the most proud thing that I've done in wrestling, and possibly will be the most proud thing I've done in wrestling, because I do struggle with like self-doubt and stuff like that. And that match made me feel like I could let some of that self-doubt go. Like on the video, you can see friends and family and people that are wrestlers. I'm going to call him out. Weston was crying during that match. He'll tell you that he wasn't.
No, that don't count. Weston don't count. Don't listen. I'm going to break your confidence back down. If Weston cries, and it's not because it's something great. If Weston weeps, that is not because you did some great, Bryce. That is like me weeping for Tango. Like that's your guy. That's your main guy. Now you almost had me. Like, I think my reaction was way better than Weston's. He's supposed to weep for you. Me, I jumped out of my seat. I thought you were dead.
I know exactly when you jumped out of your seat.
Bro,
You
I
jumped
thought
out of your
he was
seat.
dead. Tango grabbed my leg and I jumped up. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker's dead.
Yep, that was the German suplex
Fuck.
because I have footage of me getting hit with the German suplex, and you immediately jump up and do this.
I thought you were dead, dude. Thought
Yeah.
you were dead. Thought he really killed you. That was it. But no, I mean, Weston's your guy. That's cool though. I mean, I'm just making jokes, but
oh, I know.
he's supposed to cry for you, just like I cry for Tango. But or I'll cry for Dylan or Nick. But yeah, man, isn't it crazy? And we're getting off subject again, and it's not us, it's you. And I always said like martial arts, because I did martial arts my whole life.
Mhm.
I always said, what world would all these martial artists get along? But now that I'm in wrestling, in what world would all of us be friends?
Oh yeah.
Like our paths would have never crossed. We would probably pass each other on the street. We probably would have never saw each other unless it was a wrestling event. Like we all had different tastes, different music, different even like food. Like I hate going to eat with wrestling people. They're gross. Like I can't like on some of their food like I feel I could eat with you though. I feel you would be normal, but just that's the one thing about wrestling. I made friends that I never thought would carry my casket.
Yeah.
Like, and to me, that's like, I thought all my friends, I would go do this wrestling thing. It'd be fun. And I'll be honest with you, believe it or not, I'm a little bit of a private person. Like, I don't let people know where I live. I don't have people in my house. But I've had wrestling people in my house. Like maybe it's just I'm getting older too, but some of these people have like really grown like Forever Young. A lot of people get Forever Young shit. But he has been nothing but kind to me and more so to my family. Like he goes out of his way to be nice to my family. And I've had that dude at my house just to watch wrestling and hang out. I've met him for dinner. I joke he was my Valentine's date. Like we went to Hibachi Grill, just him and I. He drove out here. We went to Hibachi and we had dinner. Like in what world would Forever Young and I like hang out like that, you know? But you know, it takes wrestling to realize the connection you have. Like what world would we hang out of? You're methodical and thinking and kind of reserved, and I'm over the top, loud and obnoxious and an asshole. Like, but it brings people together. Weston's your guy that brought. Were you friends with Dave before wrestling?
No.
See?
No, I met him. Yeah, I met him through wrestling, and he's probably. I'm about to give this away, but he is the person in wrestling that probably knows the most about me.
There you go. And if you want to know Bryce, just corner him before a show and ask him shit for about an hour, and he will explain his life to you. Or
that's not
about his life. So you're a very open individual, man. That's really cool about you. But so Weston's your guy. Let's get back on track. Weston's your guy. Beside in the Purge match, is Weston your favorite opponent, or do you have like a favorite opponent you've had?
So Weston and I have actually never had a one-on-one match.
Shut up.
We've been in triple threats against each other, and we've been in tag matches with each other, but we've never had a one-on-one match against each other.
Oh wow, I would have totally assumed you guys had.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those. He's one of the people that's kind of made my like bucket list for wrestling. And I'll admit, like a lot of people on my bucket list are from a sentimental standpoint.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
The good. So what? Your bucket list. Shit.
Yeah.
Tell the world. Book these matches, promoters. Go ahead, go. Who's your bucket people and why?
So Dave Weston, because of how close we are. TJK and Terry, they're two guys. August Albright, two guys that I got really close with during the last part of my training. Derek Draven, I don't know if he's tuning in, but Derek Draven is one we always talked about doing something in PBW, and just the planets never aligned for that one. But
Well,
that's
they're
one.
aligning today. They're going to align today. Boomer Slam. Derek
There you
Draven's
go.
booked. You said you're going to be there. You're going to be there, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Shit, fuck it. It's happening. Derek Draven and Bryce. Look at, I'm giving gifts today.
Wait, am I ring announcing and wrestling, or am I just wrestling?
Fuck that. I'll pay a ring announcer if I have to. You're wrestling.
Oh, I can.
Draven and William Bryce, Boomer Slam 2. There you go, guys. And it's going to be some hardcore shit because the whole night's hardcore shit. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking
Hell
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at Bryce. I'm passing out dreams right now. I'm knocking off bucket list stuff, bro. Are you happy?
Dude, if you're serious, I'm ecstatic about
serious. I don't listen. How long you've known me?
Long enough now.
I mean it. I'm booking. It's booked.
No, I'm really appreciative of that because that's actually a big checkbox.
There you go. Now I'm gonna have you guys together in the match. I might have to throw some people in there depending on how many people we get. I don't want to get everybody in. I can't go all night like Corky, but y'all are gonna be in the ring together for sure. And I'll try to keep it one.
Hell yeah.
Let's roll. Now it's your job to find me a ring announcer.
Dude, I already got a list of people I can send you.
There you go, man. We'll figure it out. I just want
to.
If I can knock something off your bucket list and the stuff you've done for me, man, I'm appreciative.
I'm appreciative. And by the way, you were talking about Boomer Slam earlier, and that was one of those shows like that. That's another one of those like we came together. Everybody comes together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of those ones where it was easy to do and easy to volunteer for because one, we were getting fed, and two, we've all become so close to each other that it was like hanging out with friends.
Yeah, fuck it, man. We're ripping the curtain down today, so we could talk about it. There was Bryce, and I don't care. Maybe I shouldn't. I should ask people what I can talk about, but I don't think you care. We were at a show.
Mm-hmm.
We were all treated like shit, talked to like dogs, and I decided right then, I'm doing my shows. I'm making my own promotion. Fuck it, I'm done. And there was a circle of us backstage. And I always joke like Forever Young, you got your click. But I always do the Forever Young voice. And he don't sound like that, but I don't know why I do it. But he gets mad at me when I do it. So I'm sorry if you're one of the team Forever Young. But I love that dude. But I do, because that click stood in front of me. And it's obvious to figure out who the click was. You know, TFG, you, Nick, Dylan was there. Like, everyone was standing around, and I'm not going to blast people, but somebody almost moved us to tears there. Mm-hmm. You know who it is. Was like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, fuck this. And we were out. And that went, dude, and then when, like, we all kind of did our thing together, we were like, I was like, okay, we're going to do it. But I think that makes everyone close. Because someone once told me to have a testimony in life, you must first have a test. And for our testimony in wrestling, I feel, don't put your hand on your chin, I'm getting a little philosophical here now, all right? I feel that was our test. That was our test to get our testimony. Because, and I was talking to Dylan and Nick about this. I talk to them every day. I don't hate where I come from. I'll say where I'm from, who trained me. No qualms about it. Like, and I don't think some of the bad rap he gets is deserved either. And I said that because it's just creative differences with me. Like, that's it. Like, how we use people, and that's it. Or I'd still be there, honestly. Because you can't be a hypocrite and say, you have to go through class and you have to do this and you have to be in shape. And if you don't, you're not on the shows. Okay. Well, I just went through the classes at 45, watched some kid 30 years younger than me eat 32 pizzas, get in class, throw up, and sit out every fucking day. And then be in the main event? Fuck that, bro. I'm done. Don't be a hypocrite. Just look at me and say, you're not on the show. You're going to do this. You can do. Don't dangle some carrot in front of me like I'm Chloe sitting outside the room. That's what. And we're getting off track, but that's what was my end all be all. That was it for me. Don't be a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of where I came from. Proud of my training. Don't mind it. But back to the circle of friends. It started for me that day. We have the circle of friends. But I want you to finish your bucket list. So were you done? That was it. Draven, because I interrupted that.
Man, I feel like I'm leaving one or two people off because I'm trying to do it from memory, but I have it written down somewhere.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome. I don't have a bucket list. Like my bucket list was DBA. That was it. I'll be honest with you, from back in the day. And
it's a good bucket list.
Well, we would go to do the shows and work security at his dad's shows, and then we'd go to a karate. We'd go to karate tournament and then go to their shows.
Yeah,
like we did that as a group, the whole karate team. And we would get Monday in the locker room. We talk about DBA, not even the karate tournament. Like we were the best team out there, and we all won. So I think we were just bored with winning, and we talk about DBA and the crazy shit he did. But that was my bucket list person. But we talk about the circle of friends. Who is your Weston? You have Weston. Who is like your inner circle?
Honestly, my circle is Weston. I would say Christy Pillen. And my circle's gotten a lot smaller. And Sean Evans, honestly, like, I mean, you guys too. So here's the thing.
But I'm different, Bryce. I don't want to be in the circle. I love you, and I love your circle, but I'm gonna shit on your circle sometimes, and I don't think people can handle the way I shit on them. And I always want us to be friends, but if you can handle me shitting on you and you shit on me, I'll be in your circle. But there's gonna be a lot of shitting going on. Like,
so I always describe it like, now I'm gonna get all philosophical, but I'll try and keep it short.
No.
Like there's layers of the circle, because there's like the inner circle, no pun intended. There's like a middle circle, and then there's the outer circle. And so like my inner circle would be, you know, obviously my partner Adina, you know, she's managed me, so she's in wrestling. You know, Weston, Christy, and Sean Evans. But then I feel like right in that middle circle, and I don't mean this disrespectfully or anything, is you, is Derringer, is Jay Leo, guys that I've had, Nick Zero, guys that I've had very impactful conversations with. You know, going back to like you, and not just the example you were talking about, like people that, like, when I was doubting myself, people that gave me nuggets. Like I remember, you know, I talked about self-confidence before. I remember the day that Derringer said to me after training, "You're not as bad as you think you are." And it wasn't like a knock. It was because I was beating myself up. And it was one of those things where he was trying to give me something to grab onto, to say like, dude, you're beating yourself up when you're doing these things fine. So, and I'm gonna use that as a segue, because I think I've said this to you only once, maybe twice at most, but you know, this is my fourth podcast in a month. And twice now I've been asked what my favorite promotions were. And I always say, oh, they're like my children. I like them all for different reasons, which is true. But one thing is, I feel like I don't really have a home promotion because of various things that have occurred throughout my wrestling history. But All Class and Capital Pro are the ones that I call my home promotions. And that's because you and I have been, you know, parallel in these wrestling journeys, because we started roughly around the same time. And you've allowed me to be a part of All Class since every show. The only one that I've missed so far is the first one, because I had COVID. But other than that, like, even through the rest of this year, I'm on every show. And that means a lot to me. And so like doing this podcast actually means a lot to me.
No, I appreciate that, man. But not that I don't love Bryce and your detailedness and your analness. Loyalty goes a long way with me. Like, and you were there when you were like, you were one of the people saying, no, go do it. Go do it. Back to my thing. I do have the clique, he calls it. I do have people that are my people. Like, you have to do it with people that are your people. And I have fun with it. Now I'm I'll say friends, like the outer circle, the inner circle, people kind of like what you just said, that I thought I would never have that relationship with that I do. But same type of thing, man. But I appreciate it, man. You're one of the, as long as I got a promotion, you got a spot. I mean, that's just, I got a list of like 6 people that are like that. And that's that.
I'll put this cherry on top because this I know I have not said to you. There will be a day where I slow down my bookings. This year I'm going freaking crazy with bookings, but they're in my head. I have a list of what companies I'm going to continue to work for even when I do slow down. And right now that list is only like 2 or 3 companies big, and all class is one of them.
It better be, because I'd talk shit about you if it wasn't. Because I'd be like, how Bryce stop working for me and go work all these other promotions, and then I'd have to talk bad about the promotions.
So here's the thing. You talk about me being anal and my attention to detail, but don't lie. I know that's why you have me in the position that you have me in, because No,
that's a lie. I'm cutting you off. Cover your camera up if you want. No, I honestly dreaded putting you on as a ring announcer. I dreaded it because I remember you in the damn index cards at the other place. I'm like, man, I don't got time for this shit. Bryce, go figure it out. And then you come to, but here's your thing. This is why people love you. And I should have appreciated it. But I'm like, and it goes back to my loyalty and trust. If I put you on the show, I know you're going to do what I need to do. I'm not overbearing like that. I don't. So when the first show, it was the February show, first Cross the Line show you did. You were like, can I do this? Can I do? And I forget who was sitting next to me. I said, if Bryce asked me one more motherfucking question about what he knows he's supposed to do, I said, I swear to God. I said, I don't even want to be a fucking promoter right now, but that's just how I talk, right? But because I know how detailed you are. But it took me to learn how you are and how much better you make the card by your details, that now I know what you want. I got you your own little sheet. I bought you index cards. I got, I tell everyone, see Bryce with your information. Like, it had to work. It had to gel. But yeah, I was just like, Bryce is just going to wrestle. But you do so good. And she was like, because I was going to have you wrestle. She was like, no, he's doing it. Ultimately, she has the final say. So I'm like, she's really the one in charge. Like, I'll argue with her. She's right. I'll argue with her. And she'll be like, well, I suggested that. And I'm like, no. But she really did. But, I have to give in. But no, she likes your ring announcing and stuff like that. But I like you as a worker because I like the character. But this goes back to talk to Bryce, because when you explain the character to me, I loved it more. So it's great. I love that you're out there doing everything. That's what's really cool. So we got the bucket list. We got this. We talked about who you want to. We talked about your dream list. Because I like the who are questions. I love who's this. And I do this to everyone. Now, granted, we haven't seen everybody come from Michigan, I'm sure. I feel I have, though. I've seen a lot of people, and so have you. Who do you feel are the top 5 wrestlers in Michigan?
Oh. Even though I'm not close to him, I would put Tommy Vendetta on that list. We haven't had a lot of conversations, but every time I see him, he what's it called? They call it the airport test. Passes the airport test. I'm about to show my bias here. Wait, are we going signed people? I assume we're going indie wrestlers, right?
Yeah, indie wrestlers.
Okay. You might hate this.
I'll probably shit on it. Everyone that Dylan picks, I shit on.
Well, that's the ironic thing. I'm actually going to say Derringer because Derringer has a way of drawing emotion out of people that I still look up to. That's why when he volunteered for my show, that was a must have. Oh man, I'm going through the whole list, but I'm gonna have to fire these off quickly so I don't take all your time.
You got as much time as you want, man. I got all the megabytes.
See, I gotta say Zico, but Zico, he's like on that cusp. It's hard to call him an indie wrestler because he's like right there. He's right there. Yeah, that's a big one. I'm gonna leave somebody out, and then I'm gonna feel all bad for leaving. Somebody out.
I do this so people get shit on. So you get shit on. That's why I never tell my top 5.
That's why it's hard because like then you got all the DTA guys. How do you pick one of them? And then like you do
one, so that's how you get away with it.
Yeah. Of course, two of them are signed to national promotion. So I almost want to say TFG too because they got 5 belts right now, man. They got 5 belts right now, and they're getting out there and traveling to other states. And I got to have a match with Jay Leo recently, and it was one of those things where, like, anytime that we were uncertain of what to do, Jay Leo was the one who had the answer.
Bro, I got to interrupt. Jay, and people don't know Jay. He's very like from a what do they call that when you do cinema, like cinematography or whatever. Is that the word?
Oh, like videography or something?
Yeah, there's the word. Yeah. He's very great with that, and like he's technical. I like if I'm trying to make something, I can't get it. I'll send it to him. I'm like, hey Jay, can you do this? It's back in 30 seconds. Makes me feel dumb as shit. He's got a good mind, man. He's got a great mind, and
he does.
Good guy. And Tommy, I love Tommy. I said this to Tommy on the podcast. He's the most over person in all class. I mean, there's people that message me like, "Is Tommy on the card?" Like it's like that. So
yeah.
And then the other guy you mentioned, he's okay. You got 2 more, man. 2 more.
Wait, I thought Jay was my 4th.
Oh yeah, 1 more.
Okay, I'll do 1 more. Let's see. Michigan based.
And this is your list. No one can shit on you for it. This is your list. Who does Bryce like watching? Who's Bryce's top 5?
Let's see.
1 more.
I actually. Oh, God. This one should have been higher up the list. Uncle Chase.
Oh, yeah, Chase.
Uncle Chase, because he's entertaining. He's athletic. I don't give a shit what he looks like.
It's like Dillinger for me.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, I don't know how Chase isn't doing more. Like, I don't know if he wants to do more, but right. Uncle Chase, he should be on every card in Michigan.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Some people, and I'm not gonna say who the people are. When I was going down my original roster for people on the show, I had Uncle Chase on there. They're like, why you got that guy? He was a yarder. I'm like, well, I don't know shit about him besides my father, my son, and I went to a show. And on the way home, that's who the fuck my kid talked about. Was the old man that got in the ring and then could do shit.
Well, like, and here's the thing.
He was over as fuck with my kid. So and then I'm glad I did because look at him. He's like one of our top guys.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sorry, but a lot of people started out as yarders. They just did.
Right. Like and I used to, man, I was a tape trader. I told Tommy that. I was a tape trader.
Yeah.
I love the backyard shit. Like,
yeah.
I love it. But so now you've wrestled, you had the purge match. we know where you've trained. We know you're detailed and anal, I'll call it. So now I get this message from Bryce. Hey, I'm about to do this charity show, blah, 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 blah. You kind of just started asking questions about facilities, insurance, ring rentals, stuff like that. So, and that kind of got me involved, and I was excited to help you out. But tell me about, one, why you wanted to do it, and we all know why, but how that came about. Two, the trials and tribulations of being a promoter.
Mm-hmm.
And then three, let's get into talking about the show. So you lead the way.
So actually, this will be the first time that I've said this, not in private. So my Metamore person that I'm very close to, we have a group conversation, and he was talking about and he is in remission from having leukemia, and he was talking about that he was going to have to set up a new GoFundMe because a lot of his bills were starting to come in, because even once you're in remission, the journey is far from over. I'm just going to say that. And I was sitting there thinking, it's like, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? What can I do to help? I have like 2 skill sets in this whole world, and a big one of them is wrestling. And I thought, could I, with my analness and my attention to detail, could I actually do a show? And I put a post out on Facebook, and I just said, if I did this show, who would actually be willing to volunteer for it? Because I knew that the only way that it could be viable is if people volunteered their time. And it was one of those faith in humanity things, because my inbox blew up with people volunteering to do the show. And I messaged every one of them back and said, hey, I can't afford to pay you because I need that money to go to Mike and his medical bills. And everybody still said yes. And then at that point, like you said, I started reaching out because I'm like, okay, I got to figure out the logistics of this. And we were looking at Waterford because it was partway in between where Mike lives and where his family lives. So it actually was kind of a perfect spot for that. Plus, it was an area that I was familiar with. And that's when it came down to you guys in New Edge. And you guys in New Edge were both extremely graceful, extremely generous, I should say. And it essentially came down to, okay, if I was going to go with a larger venue, I was going to, go through you for the ring rental and everything. But I was trying to decide if I wanted to do a larger venue and take that risk, or if I wanted to play it safe with a smaller venue. Then we ended up landing on Memorial Day weekend. So we ended up deciding on a smaller venue for that reason. And that's when it really started to kick into high gear. That's when I started getting confirmations from people, setting up the event page, making the flyers, making the matches, and all of that, which is a great segue into I started to get a taste of what it's like to be a promoter. And there's a couple times that I've said to both you and Sean, man, I didn't realize like the full extent of what you guys go through. And like, even on the days where I'm not posting anything a lot on Facebook, like I spent days, literal days making flyers. And a big part of our show was sponsorships. A lot of people are doing sponsorships, which is helping raise money very effectively. But every time I get a new sponsorship, I have to update the flyers. So I'm constantly going back and updating the work that I've already done. Then there's sharing all the material, getting the wrestlers to share all the material, because they're working for X amount of promotions as well, so they're trying to share theirs, and sometimes your stuff doesn't get shared the way you want it to. And of course, setting up the matches. I think I was on my 3rd draft of a wrestling card before it was finalized. Let me phrase that, before it was even close to finalized, because the first draft of the card looked completely different than what we're looking at now. And I'm sure I'm missing a ton because I know a lot of it's just been logistics.
Let's pull up the flyer. That'll help you look at some of the people.
Yeah.
So there it is, guys. Walk us through the flyer. Tell us when it is, where it is. who's on the card? Let's run through the matches.
So I actually want to say something about the flyer right now. So because I try to put people on the flyer for different reasons. Some people are on the flyer because they're in championship matches. Some people are on the flyer because they just look like superstars. Some people are on the flyer because they've been impacted by leukemia in their life. There are 4 people, and I'm only going to mention myself and one other out of respect for the other 2. But myself and Christy, you don't often see a referee on the flyer. But I know Christy well enough. I think she'll be okay with me saying this. Her mother passed away from leukemia. And so I felt like I had to put her on the card or on the flyer. And with this one, it is an 8-match card. And of course we got Mike. By the way, that's Mike's beautiful face with the beard. Of course we used a picture from, he did go through chemo, by the way, and he actually lost a lot of his facial hair. This picture is actually from before he went through chemo.
I actually talked to Mike at some shows before. He's
a
cool guy.
Oh, he's super nice, super knowledgeable. One of those guys that like you can't believe something bad would happen to. So the first match is actually going to be a benefit battle royal, which will have a trophy up for grabs. A battle royal of which yourself is in, actually.
Hey, right, William Bryce. I'm the richest man. We're going right into character. I'm the richest man in that battle royal. Everyone else is poor besides my guy, Drake. There's no way you can put 2 members of the Money family in a battle royal, and we are not coming away with the trophy and the riches. I guarantee it, and you can take that to the bank. And that promo was free.
There you go. I'm gonna have to cut that out later, so but I can post that. The second match, I'm actually going through in order of how the matches are currently.
No, give the battle royal its love. Who's in it?
Huh? Oh, okay. Let's see. So here's the thing. You talk about you and Drake. There's a few tag teams in the battle royal, so you guys are gonna have to watch out. Third Degree is in there. Evan Encore, Miles. We got Grit to Glory. Dustin Divine and Ray Demonio are in there as well.
Whoa. Dustin Divine's in there?
Yeah.
That guy that looks like a wrestler?
That guy looks like a Greek god, yeah.
Oh, no. we might have to make him an offering.
I mean, I could see that.
All right.
You're going to come with a little cash?
Run it down. Keep going. I might back out of this.
We got Xander Bennett in there. We got the High Flyer Grand Trueno in there. One half of the Saloon Slayers, Eddie Dillon, is going to be in there.
I'd love to hit Eddie.
I had a feeling you'd like that one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna knock his teeth out.
Oh yeah, I had a feeling you guys might come to blows in that one. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, he told me I couldn't punch one time.
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
Fuck around, find out, Eddie Dillon. That was 3.5 years ago, punk.
And then I mentioned Capital Pro. We actually are going to have Kip Rude from Capital Pro in that match as well.
Hell yeah. He's going to be a one-day Money family member.
I'll say he dropped a leg drop on my face one time, so I'm hoping somebody will get him back for me on that one.
Okay, so after we win the Battle Royal, I win the Battle Royal. I don't know. I don't like that Dustin Divine and Gran Torino in there. I don't like that makes me a little nervous. But okay. Then what's the other matches?
So then we have a 6-man tag between Obsidian and Golden Empire. It's turning into the battle for 24K soul. So that one will be really interesting.
Did you see what he did to my eye, Bryce?
Oh yeah.
He blamed his losses this weekend on me.
Rude.
Who's he teaming with?
So supposedly he's teaming with the Golden Empire.
I hope Obsidian kicks his ass.
So, but we'll see whose side he takes. Let's see. Then we have a championship scramble match, actually. It is a 5-person scramble for Jason Blazen's Super Junior Weight Championship. Normally he defends that at Capital Pro, but he'll actually be defending it against Billy Ray Daniels, August Albright, Arabella in what I believe is their first championship match. And this one I'm really excited for, Juniper Gates. Juniper Gates reached out and volunteered on this show, and I know that she's going to make it fun.
Wow. Here's a small fact. I was supposed to be the manager of Jason Blazin at the promotion in Lansing there.
Really?
And then high school wrestling season happened with my son, and I was unable to miss Zach's event. But I love that venue. I love that promotion. I hope, Zach, if you're watching this, put me back with Jason. Please give me a chance. I want my chance back.
Oh, yeah.
That was going to be fire. So
I'd love to have you there. I think it'd be fun as hell.
Bryce, that could be match of the night.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I'm borrowing from your concept on that one. We're doing a scramble match. It's either going to be 10 or 15 minutes, and whoever has the most recent pinfall will actually walk away as the champion.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal that.
The fourth match, if he responds to the videos that I've put out, will actually be Dylan Derringer. I put out a couple of videos challenging him to a hardcore match, and so far it's been crickets. You know, well, we'll see.
He's probably too busy not going to the gym.
That's fair. You know, it's one of those things where I might actually have to side with you on hating on Derringer. Because if he doesn't show up, I'm going to have a hardcore match with someone else.
Let's call him. You keep going, Bryce. I'm going to get him on the line.
You're going to get some smack? Okay.
We're going to get an answer.
Huh?
We're going to get an answer.
We're going to get an answer. Okay. I like that. Let's see. So after that, we will have Sean Evans versus old school Rick Cardia. That one, I think, is just going to be just big, meaty man slapping man meat. Wait and see if
he's not going to answer. He's going to act like he's at the gym. He knows better than to answer my call.
A short message, and I'll get right back to you. Thanks. Bye.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Listen, you soft gingerbread. We're on the podcast right now with William Bryce. We're calling you, trying to get you to answer his challenge, and you send us the voicemail because you're a sissy. Tell him, Bryce, to answer you.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm waiting to hear you back. You said you wanted to help out with the show. I'm saying hardcore match, laid out the challenge, and it's been crickets. I don't know if you're scared. I don't know if you just have buyer's remorse, but, feel free to reach out.
Sissy. All right. So Cartier and Cowboy Fake Evans. That's my name for Ace because I was a Cowboy Bob Orton fan, so I call him Cowboy Fake Evans. I always have. But he's a great guy. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna tell you who's a hard worker is Rick. He did TNA with us.
Yeah,
and he busted his ass.
Yeah.
But we had Rick on the show. He was great. Rick's.
I actually met him at your show.
Oh, did you?
Yep, that was the first time I met him.
He's doing Money Talks too. He'll be there too. So
good.
Another guy that when I was starting all class was like, "Hey, do it." I talked to him at FU, and he was like, "No, you should do it." Great guy. Yeah. So that's going to be a big man hitting brawl.
Okay? Oh yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
So you might. So hold on. If Gingerbread don't answer you, you're gonna have to pick an opponent. If he don't answer you got to be on the card. So start thinking of who you're gonna wrestle because I doubt Gingerbread's gonna answer you.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. I had people responding to my post saying, "Hey, I'll do double duty that night." I got people that want to have that match with me. So, if Derringer don't want to do it, somebody else will.
Right. So answer Gingerbread. What else you got? Because this is a great card, man. I'm excited.
You'll love these next two. You'll love these next two.
Maybe.
We got, as you call him, Purge Man himself, Sean Tyler, taking on Dave Weston.
Killing. I hope he kills Dave Weston. I know that's your guy, but if Dave Weston crawled out of there a bloody mess, I'm not going to weep.
No, here's the thing. I win either way. No matter who kicks each other's ass, I win either way. So I love
I might
Weston.
have a Purge mask on that day in the crowd. I want to be an honorary Purge guy that night just to watch.
Purge. I know Sean's got him. He's got the Purge mask to light up too. Okay, but we got two more.
Now, is that a stipulation match, or is there anything, or is that just a match? What is that? Is that a hardcore match, or what is that match?
That one's just a singles match right now.
Man, let's make that a no DQ. Come on, man. I want to see Weston get beat up.
I'll say, so you're saying have a hardcore match and a no DQ match?
Or a falls count anywhere match.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I might make that actually.
Fucking Sean can beat him up all the way out to Airport Road and then pin him to Airport Road. And I will gladly follow everyone to watch that ass whooping.
There you go.
I don't like, he's not a country singer. And he don't do a cowboy gimmick. You're a country singer and you don't do a cowboy gimmick. Get out of here. You do Bruce Leroy. I don't like it.
Oh man. All right, you ready for the last two?
Yes.
So G Money, in his generosity, has helped me book a ACIW All Class Independent Wrestling Heavyweight Championship match between your champion Nick Zero and Dean the Headliner Hendricks.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be the sleeper. That might be the sleeper match of the night.
Let me tell you why. So I'll tell you that I can't take no credit in that. We have a chat, just Nick and Dylan and I.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan and I are talking about the card and the match and the matches. Nick, who is younger than me, but acts like he's 15 years older than me when it comes to technology and stuff, who had the same Facebook page on his wrestling page like months ago or years ago, says, "Hey, man, why nobody asked me to be on the show?" I said, "Well, you dumb dick. No one asked anybody to be on the show." He put out a post, saying what you said earlier. I said, "No, we volunteered to help out." "Oh, brother, I didn't see it." I said, "Well, you would be on it?" He was like, "Yeah, man." And I said, "You want to do a match?" I said, "Or will you defend the title on it?" He said, "Well, that's up to you." I said, "I don't care." I said, "I think we just want to, get money for Mike. So the more we can do, the better." He was like, "All right." Then that's when I messaged you.
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't really a lot of all-class guys left. But I know there's somebody that's grown on me, been putting in work, getting better. Right there. This guy right here in the bottom, it would be right-hand corner for the people watching, or no, it'd be left-hand corner.
Left. Bottom left, yeah.
Left. Why did I say right? But left. I mean, he works out. He's doing good, putting on great matches. Dean Hendricks, man. And so when I called him and asked, I said, "Hey, look." And I didn't tell him, I don't even think I told him it was for the championship. I said, "Hey, Bryce is doing the show. I want you to be part of it, represent all class." He was like, "Sure, man. When is it?" And I told him, and I said, "Let me know." He said, "No, I can do it. I'm good." And then I told him it was the title, because I didn't want him to do it just to get a title shot. I want people to be all in and promote the show and want to be on the show, because I feel that makes a difference.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. So they made that happen, dude. I didn't make that happen. They made that happen. Nick really wanted to be on the show. And then Dean was like, "Hell yeah, I want to do it." So you made that happen. The charity charity show made that happen. So,
well, I got a question for you though, because I haven't asked you this yet. Are you going to be ringside for your man?
So this is how much I love Charity. Yeah, I'm gonna be ringside. This is my guy. It's my title. I gotta watch it. Listen, guys, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to make some people mad, but that's what I'm good at. This show, I get there's the brother deal. You go to shows. If you can afford it, pay for your +1. It goes to a great cause. I know Bryce won't say it, but I'm an asshole. I'll say it. Pay for your +1. It's a charity. The tickets aren't crazy. I got a +1, but I paid for my family's tickets. Like, it's for a good cause, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like all the brother shit anyways with that, especially like at my venues when I was having capacity limits, but it is for charity. I already bought my tickets. If you can afford it, buy a ticket, donation, $5, something for charity, guys. Come on. And I know you will never say that, but I have to. So go to the main event.
So the main event is going to be a triple threat match between 3 guys on the poster. So we are going to have Jay Leo versus TJ Meyer versus Trevor Straught for the New Edge Pro Heavyweight Championship. And a little interesting tidbit is that Jay Leo and Trevor Straught have never been in the ring together, period.
Really?
Maybe a battle royal somewhere, but other than that, they've never had a match together. And so you add them in there with the New Edge Pro champion, TJ Meyer. That one, I think, is going to be a great way to cap off the night.
Yeah, it'll be a good match. I really like Trevor.
Yeah.
I don't know TJ that well. I mean, it's like the brother, hi.
Yeah.
I don't know him that well. I've watched him work a lot, so I know the match will be good. And Jay, that's like my second child. So,
oh yeah.
But I really like Trevor in this match. I think Trevor's going.
Yeah, Trevor's going to be amazing. And, Trevor actually, you see on the armband, he's got that blue ribbon because his son several months ago was diagnosed with diabetes. And we actually did a benefit show for him as well up north. So, he's another one of those examples of just like how great the wrestling community can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
So we're going to go a little bit longer because there's some stuff I want to talk about. I almost just removed you by accident. But the promoter part of it, do you think you would ever promote a show again?
Yes.
You're crazy.
There's conversations that have happened. I don't want to give too much away.
You want to buy all class?
Huh?
You want to buy all class? I'll sell it to you. I'm dead ass serious.
I don't think I have enough money to buy all class.
Yeah, the fuck you don't. You do.
So
buy it.
Nothing is set in
stone. Come to your shows and just ring announce.
So nothing is set in stone. But I will say this. This is the first place I'm saying this. So here's your Money Talks exclusive. If this is successful, it's something that I'd like to do annually. I'd like to do some sort of benefit show annually, and I'd like to sponsor different beneficiaries every year because I want the money to go straight to the community. And if we can help people within our community or adjacent to our community, all the better. And I'd like to see if we could partner with, this show has been a great example. This has been effectively 3 companies' rosters coming together for this show. And I love the idea of, like I said, if I can do this annually, maybe even it's a Memorial Day weekend thing every year.
I was against Memorial Day. He knows it. So, that's why he's rubbing that in.
I said maybe. No. Here's the thing is I'm not set on stone that it'll be Memorial Day weekend, but I'd like it to be in the spring. Because in the summer, I think it's going to be too hot.
Yeah, it would be. But I don't like outdoor shows in the summer. They're hot, like you said. Boomer Slam.
We've done enough of them.
Fuck. But I'll be honest with you. My Stockholm syndrome takes over in August because I missed that fair.
Yeah.
That's the only time I have Stockholm syndrome. Other than that, I don't have it.
Because it was fun.
It was fun.
I know what you mean, man. Good memories.
Yeah. But hey, maybe we can recreate that. But no, I like that idea. So yeah, I'll help you if you ever decide to do it in the future, for sure. I think that's a great idea. Great idea. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
All right, we got to touch briefly on it. We're at 110. We'll go a little bit longer. So I might not get it up tonight because it takes forever to download.
That's fine.
We got to talk about the belts, man.
I knew it.
How did it start for you? What was the first one? How did it start?
Dude, I remember being a kid when you had the physical magazines and they had the pages with the championship belts. And I remember just looking at them and I thought I'd never be able to have one, man. I thought I'd never have one. So when I finally got enough money to get one, the first belt I got, if I remember right, no, the first belt I got was the Undisputed belt, the original Undisputed belt from like 2002.
Version 1? You got the version 1 belt?
I don't know if it was version 1 or version 2 because it was on eBay.
Keep talking. We're listening. I'm going to try to find it.
Yeah, so that was my first one. And then the white IC title that Cody Rhodes reintroduced in the 2010s.
Do you have that belt?
Which one? Unfortunately, no. I actually sold it to a friend.
Does it have the black on it like this?
I believe so.
Okay, so that was version 2.
Okay.
See how stiff this is?
Is that
This is the Undisputed version 2.
Yeah.
I want to get a real leather one for this one because I'll never sell this one. I'm going to have Kurt Angle sign this one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Man.
So what were you saying about the white IC? I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, that was my second belt. Because I loved when Cody Rhodes brought that one back in the 2010s. I thought it just looked so pristine. And then my third one was the original NXT Championship, the one that was the big X.
Is that the one I saw?
No, you saw version 2, the one that was like held by like Ciampa and all them.
Oh, okay.
So, and those were the championships that got me started. Now I have literally all of the current NXT Championship belts. Including the women's tag, even though that's defunct, and the women's North American title. I have the men's North American title with a real leather strap, the men's title with a real leather strap, and the men's tag team with a real leather strap.
Burgundy one? You got the burgundy one? Is
Yes.
it like burgundy?
Yes.
Oh, wait, which one has the real leather strap?
My men's North American, my men's championship, and the men's tag team.
Where'd you get the leather strap from?
Those are all from Paul Martin. He's over in the UK. It's about $400 US. But the quality is it's like he doesn't miss anything, man. It's like as much of an exact replica as it can be.
Yeah, that's the strap. It was Paul Martin strap you had on the NXT belt. That was That made me go crazy.
Because when you hold one of those compared to the polyurethane or the faux leather, it's miles and miles and miles of a difference.
Oh yeah, I can't reach it from here, but the leather one. Oh, hey, let's talk. Maybe Gingerbread will answer the phone at this. So I just sold this belt to the Gingerbread.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's a winged eagle mark, but yeah.
Who isn't?
Maybe I won't sell it to him because we worked out a deal, but maybe I'll take the deal away if you don't answer, Gingerbread.
Well, when he loses in June, he can have that as a consolation prize, right?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But yeah, so I've got rid of some, but I love the WCW titles, the television titles. So I do have some packies of those. I have 2 of the television title, the red one.
Yeah.
The old school red one. And then I think I'm going to have Tully and Arn sign that in 2 weeks when I do that convention with Tango.
Yeah.
And then I got the big gold television title, the one that's like Nugget.
Yeah.
Nugget one. And this actually, some of the knock on the Packy belts, it depends. I found out it depends who you get them from. I found a guy. I'll post his stuff in the comments, but his stuff is to scale and size, and his plating is terrific.
Yeah.
He did a 8 millimeter winged eagle, and it sold for like $2,500 here in the U.S. And so what he does is he makes all his belts, and he sends them to a guy in Tennessee, and then the guy from Tennessee sells them. And so you don't have to wait the months and stuff like that. And he has like belts that he stock, like he always does television championships, winged eagles, big golds, U.S. titles. I mean, they're just constantly coming into Tennessee, and they ship for free.
Yeah.
So it's a good place. And I actually won a raffle from them, and I was like, it was like $10, and they do the raffle. I won it. And they have like different levels. So I put like $100 with like the $250 I won. I got a belt for $350, and it was beautiful. And it was this one, the television title, the one that has different angles. So that was a good belt. But so, what's your favorite belt of all time? And we'll end on this. What's Bryce's favorite belt of all time?
If I had to pick one, if I had to pick just one, I would have to say the white IC title, the white classic IC title.
So, guys, if you guys don't know what the IC title is, it's the Ricky Steamboat, Macho Man, Tito Santana had it for a second. It went from the green to this. Or no, did Macho Man change it to this? I don't recall. I think Steamboat had it right before, like a couple times, and then that. But Honky Tonk. This is but with the white strap. So that's the IC belt. But yeah, man, like look how stiff this is. Like this has got to be leather for me one day.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that is that straight from the shop?
I gotta look. Yes, this one's from the shop.
Yeah, so it's probably polyurethane.
It's definitely poly.
Yeah.
Poly is in the belts.
I knew you were going to just say that.
That's a whole nother discussion. But
that's a whole nother episode.
We might have you back on and talk about that because it answered a lot of questions for me because I was always scared, like to offend people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait. We got a response. Hey, Gingerbread.
Hey, put me on the phone with Bryce, would you?
You're on the podcast right now. Hey, everyone, look who it is.
Hey. Yeah. I don't have a lot of time. I'm actually on my way to the gym. It's probably not somewhere that Bryce has ever seen the inside of. But listen, Bryce, you keep wanting me to answer this stupid challenge that you got. I don't answer limp dick challenges, okay? You wrestled one hardcore match and you think that you have what it takes to step in there with me? Do you know who the hell I am?
Damn.
No, I'm too good for the show already. I volunteered my time. My time is worth a hell of a lot more than anybody else's on that card. So I don't know who you think you are trying to call me on a podcast and put me on the spot calling me a sissy, but you got the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You said the whole show. I'm on the show, and my hourly rate's pretty high there, Gingerbread.
Your hourly rate's pretty high? Okay, yeah. All right, that's fine. But I charge extra for hardcore, Bryce, just so you're aware.
Ooh. So, okay, well, I guess you're not worthy to wrestle the great Dylan Derringer. He's just scared that he would have 2 losses in a row or a loss going into Money Talks because you would beat him. And then my champion, Nick Zero, is going to beat him at Money Talks. So that's probably what he's really scared of.
It's real cute that you bring up Nick Zero at a time like this. But listen, Bryce, buddy, I don't care how many sponsors you got. It's not gonna ungive your little friend cancer, okay? It's not gonna happen. You're gonna get beaten in front of your family and friends, and that is all that there is to it. I hope you sell a lot of raffle tickets because 2 of y'all need the help.
Okay. So,
wow, he hung up.
That's low.
That's man, guys. We might just jump this motherfucker.
Hey,
You know what you
what?
should do? You know what you should do? We were talking about double duty earlier.
Uh,
Put him in the battle royal. Let us beat his ass, and then you can have him. Or man, we'll throw Nick Zero in there because Nick will beat him up too.
yeah. Well,
Well,
we'll see.
Hold on. Let's make sense. Let's end on this note. God dang, we can't get off this podcast. Did he accept or did he not accept? Because at the end he said, "You're going
I
to
caught that too.
Right. So did he accept?
I caught that too. It's interesting because he's talking about not doing hardcore matches for free. It sounds like he wants to get paid, but at the same time, he's talking about beating me. So, you know what? Even if I have to dip into my own pocket personally to make this happen, I'll make this happen. I'll give him the opportunity to prove himself right.
I will too, because any damage you do to him is going to help my champion Nick Zero 2 weeks later or a week later. It's a week later. Yeah, I'll help too, Bryce. So
I appreciate that.
Hey,
and
man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your kind words. You're my brother. I appreciate you, man. In all seriousness, I think it's a great show. We're going to be out there Memorial Day weekend, guys. New Edge Pro Wrestling. Cancer benefit for Mike. Guys, go on the Facebooks, like, share. I'm serious about the brother. If you can afford it, buy a ticket, man. Do something. Throw an extra 10, 5 in the pot. I'm sure we'll have something to collect. All Class Independent Wrestling. We're going to donate some gear. We're going to donate some hats. We're going to give away tickets for our show that's like a week later. Anything else you need from us, let us know. I appreciate you, man. You're one of the people that have talked me off a couple ledges. And I love you, dude. Appreciate you very, very much. So with that, let's end on the love, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother. Thanks for being on. I really appreciate it. Go ahead. You're going to say something.
Oh, I was going to say thank you for having me on. I do got to throw out there, even if you can't make it to the event, we do have T-shirts that you can pre-order. We have raffle tickets that can actually be bought online in case you want a chance to win some of those tickets. We got gift cards that have been donated. We got a bunch of stuff that's been donated, including a championship belt, by the way. And
wait, we're not getting off yet. So what's happening with the belt?
So I have been gifted a commemorative WWE championship belt that is going to be the grand prize for the raffle. And it has signatures from several wrestlers, including Shawn Michaels, Will Ospreay, Ember Moon, and several others.
Oh, I'll win that. I'm winning that.
That's going
to be a big raffle, guys. Wow. You heard it here. I did it. Did you post that?
No, that I literally just got the belt yesterday. So that is like brand new news.
Go get it. Hurry up. Is it far away?
Well, no, it's right over here.
Go get it. You got to show it. Man, how is he not going to have that on the show? So for somebody that's detailed and anal like Bryce, he didn't have it on the show? Come on.
Have you been yelling this whole time? All right. So, commemorative championship belt.
Oh, go through.
It's hard to see.
We can see it.
HBK over there.
Man, stop.
Let's see. I'm looking at this upside down. We got Ember Moon. I believe that's Will Ospreay. I'll have to double check that one. Let's see. There's a couple of these signatures that are still. Oh, Casey Navarro in pink. And then, forgive me, but there is a signature on the back as well. And the name is escaping me. It is a commemorative belt, so it does have acrylic plates as opposed to zinc plates.
I'm excited to see it. I've never seen the commemorative.
Yep. So this was gifted to me, completely donated by King Midas, in fact. And so we will have a 50-50 cash drawing, and we will have a prize raffle drawing. And after all the prizes have been given out, except for this, all the tickets are going to be combined. So whether you got a ticket for a 50-50 or you got a ticket for a prize, the winning ticket for the belt will be taken out of those.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm
guys,
very
geez, oh, Pete's. Man, you can win
Yeah.
wrestling tickets. You can win gear. I've saw some of the stuff other people are giving. Man, this is going to be great, man. It's
Yeah.
going to be an awesome time, man. Send us out of here, man. Send us out of
yeah.
here.
So May 25th, Wrestling Cancer, a benefit for Mike and Leukemia Awareness. I've been William Bryce. You can follow me at Duality William Bryce. And thank you, G Money, so much for having me.
Always, man. Appreciate you, man. We're going to make it a blast. All right,
Hell
guys.
yeah.
We're out of here. We got a couple podcasts to record this week. I don't know if we're going to get Tango on. Tango's going to TNA for a tryout. Or not TNA, excuse me, OVW for a tryout. So, wish him all the luck. But see you guys. We got some stuff lined up. I don't know if I'm going to post any more this week. I do have a real life. So appreciate you, man. See you guys soon. Take care.